hard work of American fighter pilots has long stoked the fascination of civilians, and for good reason. It's a job that requires split-second decision-making, pinpoint accuracy, nerves of steel, courage. These jets play a vital role to our military missions, and tonight you're going to get an exclusive look at why. Our senior foreign affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, flew a combat mission in Afghanistan.
We're ready to go. We are? Okay, go.
I am in the back seat of that F-15 fighter jet with the afterburners creating thrust that can rocket us up to 20,000 feet in just over a minute. It is a deadly serious combat mission, but it's hard not to be exhilarated by the power of that aircraft.
Just look back. We are upside down over the mountains.
Despite the small cockpit, there is no sensation of being confined, since you can see in every direction. It took months of preparation to be allowed on this close air support mission, but flying upside down was the thrilling part of it. The much riskier aspect was yet to come in this mission, which began hours before back at the airfield.
Expected not to be nearly as hilly or mountainous as where we've been going.
I am allowed in this classified briefing after submitting to a background check, which gave me temporary secret clearance.
We're to save coalition lives, protect civilians and civilian infrastructure, and if we can do both of those and the opportunity still presents itself, we're going to go ahead and kill the enemy. All right.
So I ripped my patches off, much as I hate to.
After a training flight in the States, I was familiar with the flight suit, which is required, but makes me feel like a total poser. And the G-suit, which actually feels amazingly comfortable, given that it essentially squeezes your lower body during high acceleration.
Wow, I've never had help putting mine on.
Well, you don't need any help.
The automatic inflation helps push blood, which can pool in your lower extremities, back up into your brain so you don't pass out. Our mission is to provide air support and overwatch for 600 French troops on patrol in enemy territory. Pilot Joe Beisner has flown these kinds of missions many times.
One of the things I noticed in the briefs was stressing again and again, look out for collateral damage estimates.
Absolutely.
Look out for civilian casualties.
Our primary issues that we discuss with the ground commander are how did we establish the positive identification of the target, and then we ask if there's any potential for collateral damage.
But in this war, making sure you kill the enemy and no one else can take far more discipline, and yes, even courage, as we would soon find out.
So some insurgents came up to a building, took some weapons out of the building, and have moved away from it now. So right now we're basically just tracking these people.
We monitored this for over an hour, watching what is called the target pod, a real-time picture capable of extreme close-ups. In addition to those images, we placed 3 small HD cameras in the jet, one on the pilot, one on me, one facing outside, and a handheld camera that I operate, here, aiming at the nearly 5,000 pounds of bombs attached to the F-15 above us. We carry the same amount of ordnance. We also gave one of the weapons officers in another jet a camera. When we both needed gas and headed for the aerial refueling,
Yeah, we are going to be taking gas. So what, take 3K.
where you get extremely close to the tanker,
Oh, crap.
our lead jet got close enough to see me wave and see me then point the camera up to the boom operator in the tanker, holding the boom connected to our jet. But once we were refueled, the mission took an urgent turn. The French air controller, who is on the ground with the French troops, says they have come under fire.
We had bad guys with them, and we flew to the northeast.
The French air controller does not hesitate. He asks the fighter jet to drop a 500-pound bomb, a GBU-38.
I request an attack heading 340 degrees. Confirm you guys are still taking effective fire. They are very close, imminent attack. We just see one more RPG. I request one GBU-38.
But we can see from the air that a school is nearby, that Y-shaped building.
It's going to cause significant damage to that school. Recommend straight path on those trees first.
Strafing is an extremely low-level attack using the jet's powerful 20mm machine gun. We had done a practice run a few days before, a steep dive to a hillside, and just before it seems like you're going to crash into the ground, a sharp bank up that creates such strong G-forces you feel dizzy. But the pilots will often use strafing instead of bombing because it is much less likely that schools, homes, livestock, and especially innocent civilians will be hit. So on this mission, the French give the lead jet the go-ahead to strafe.
You clear out. Clear out.
We see the aircraft power toward the tree line and spray it with bullets. An eruption of dust can be seen on the screen. The French ground controller is not satisfied.
I request a re-attack for 1 GBU.
Negative, that is too close to that building. School to the south is too close for a GBU.
The crews of the fighter jets seem frustrated by the continuing request for a bomb.
They sure are antsy to drop some bombs on friendlies. They're not kidding, man. Guy got spun up really fast.
But the fighter jets coordinate with the French for a second strafing run.
Confirm the hostiles are still in that tree line on the east side of the school. Let's say them, they are still in the tree line.
Confirm where the bullets hit on the tree strike is where you want them, on that tree line.
Affirm in the tree line, sir.
Again, 20mm bullets pound into the tree line. The jet is armed with more than 500 rounds. The enemy fire stops. The French controller requests our jets continue to scan for possible squirters, insurgents who may have managed to escape. The patrol continues until relief jets take over. We return to where we started, Bagram Airfield, with an inverted and rapid combat descent to avoid ground fire. A reminder, as if one was necessary after this day, that this is indeed a war zone. For Nightline, I'm Martha Raddatz in Bagram, Afghanistan.
Courage, skill, and good judgment in the air there. And a note about civilian casualties from the air. According to the military, there were a total of 60 in 2009, and through the middle of this month, there have been just 9 civilian casualties from the air this year. Our thanks to Martha Raddatz for that daring report.